Ah, detective. When I insisted that I wouldn't speak to anyone but you, I expected to wait around in this little room for the rest of the night, with nothing but this cup of cold coffee to keep me company. But here you are. Come now. Don't just stand there all stiff with your arms crossed like that. Relax. Take a seat. Oh, don't be afraid. I can't hurt you, see? I'm harmless. So please, sit. Let me guess. I wasn't what you were expecting. Oh, you didn't have to ask. The question was all over your face. It's the glasses, isn't it? I admit, they are a little bulky for my taste. Or perhaps you imagined that I would be taller, Sorry to disappoint you. You, on the other hand... Oh, you are exactly what I expected. Photographs don't do you justice. I'm not really in the mood to talk about my victims right now. You've already obtained a search warrant for my home, yes? You can rest assured that you'll find all the evidence you need for your case there. But that's not why I'm here. No means no, detective. Boundaries. Tisk, tisk. It seems that there's been some sort of misunderstanding. Does me being detained give you the impression that you're in charge? I love how confident you are. You must feel safe with your fine officers waiting behind the glass window, hanging on to every word I say and ready to burst into the room the moment your code word slips through your lips. What was it? Flannel? Impressed? You should be. Then again, it just shows that despite all we've been through together, you continue to underestimate me. Let's make one thing clear. The only reason I'm here right now is because I want to be. Well, why else? To give my confession, of course. Oh, you were going to catch me eventually. Is that right? Well, I wonder how many more people would have died by the time that happened. Admit it. If I didn't walk straight into the station with my hands in the air, you never would have found me. Don't scowl like that. I'm ready to come clean. All you have to do is sit right there and do your job. Unless you'd rather I stop talking and exercise my rights to ask for my lawyer? I'm glad we have an understanding. That is the question, isn't it? Why did I turn myself in? The truth is, I never planned to stop killing. And you're so dedicated to chasing me that I thought that we would play this little game of cat and mouse forever. Oh, my dear, I know everything about you. For example, on a typical day around this time, you take phone calls from loved ones in lieu of a lunch break. If that's not enough, I know that you were a rookie when you took on my case. You can imagine how absolutely livid I was when I heard it on the news. I think my exact words were, "There's no respect for us professionals anymore." So, I started to watch you closely. You were desperate to prove yourself, and your devotion showed me just a glimpse of your ambition. But your desire for justice didn't remain just at work, did it? All your lonely nights were spent in that little office you set up in your living room, What a nasty accusation. I never stalked you. You always left your balcony curtains open, and it gave me such a lovely view of your apartment. You spent so many sleepless nights sitting on the floor, poring over each file and photograph, absorbing every little scrap of information that gave you the illusion that you were one step closer to finding me. Each time I killed, it only made the obsession grow hot within you. But no sooner did you grasp onto a possibility did it slip right through your fingertips. It must have been so frustrating for you to work so hard and come up with nothing. Well, you're the detective. What do you think my motive was for the killings? At first, sure. For the longest time, killing was my only source of joy that I could experience. Nothing else in this shitty world could even come close to giving me the same ecstasy than to take in the final breath of each of my victims. That is, until you started chasing me. Yes, you, my sweet little mouse. You changed everything. So much so that the killings themselves became a means to an end, because the true thrill was knowing that you were on my heels. Just the idea of you being unable to think about anything else other than me. Oh, it made me feel so alive. You can imagine how difficult it was for me to restrain myself, to not just leave a pile of corpses on your doorstep for you. No, I was tempted, trust me. But it was enough to know that for many beautiful years, I was the only one thing on your mind. And you were just as obsessed with me as I was with you. Oh, you can scoff and roll your eyes all you like, but the truth is that we are utterly consumed with one another. You are my match in every way. That is, until recently. My dear detective, what changed was you. You started smiling more, as if something else had preoccupied your thoughts. Your interest in my case was dwindling, and your nights were spent elsewhere. Not at the station, and not at your apartment. Then, one day, I saw him, a longtime neighbor of yours, whom you had played poker with on occasion, had moved in with you. The walls where photos of my victims once hung were replaced with photos of you two. Meanwhile, my life's work was shoved into a box and dropped off at the precinct. My lovely detective, who poured their heart into finding me, was walking away for good. Was it easy, throwing away everything we had built together? You didn't just give up on me, no. That wouldn't have been cruel enough. You had to go and try to replace me. And all for what? Of course I'm fucking jealous. For years, I was your only reason for getting out of bed in the morning. You were completely and utterly mine, and nothing made me happier. But then He came into our world and took you away from me. Well, you can rest assured that I wasn't about to let him get away with it. What? You didn't really think that I was just going to turn myself in and let you go on to live happily ever after? No, 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 no. I've gone through great lengths to ensure that will never happen. Oh, you'll see. Very soon, actually. It's quiet, isn't it? Oh, we've been talking for a while now, and your phone hasn't rung once. It's not like your boyfriend to miss making a call around this time. Oh, I do hope that he hasn't run into any trouble. I think you know what I'm implying. Well, I knew you wouldn't believe me. So when I paid him a visit earlier today, I took a little souvenir. These glasses really aren't my style, are they? They're too big and square. Almost as if they never belonged to me. Would you be a dear and return them to your beloved darling for me? No. I doubt he'll need them anymore. Oh, I'm dead serious. But if you don't believe me, by all means, call him. I'll wait. Strange that he didn't pick up. You should send some officers to do a welfare check on him. You never know what kind of mess he got himself into. Do you believe me now, Detective? Oh, but you should. Go and see for yourself. And once you see the truth with your own eyes and your world fades to black, you'll finally understand the pain that I feel. I am not someone that you can just shove into a box and throw away once you're done. And you will rue the day you thought you could try. But enough chit-chat. I think I'm ready to talk to my lawyer now. You should hurry on home, my dear. If you're fast enough, well, you might be able to clean up the blood before it dries on the carpet. Run, little mouse. Run.